Hi guys, I'm back with ShadowMaskTarot, and today we're going to do a review and unboxing of the MoonChild Tarot. If you know anything about this one, it's pretty hard to get a hold of. I think they sell out every couple weeks and then it takes another month to get them back. We're going to unbox it, look at the cards, kind of take a look at some of the major cards. Let's look at this box here. If you don't know, it's by Danielle Noel. You should check her out. You can check her out on Instagram. She does the Moonchild and the Starchild, as well as a couple other decks that I have. This one's really cool. It's got the gold, really nice box that you want to hold on to. You don't want to toss this thing. So let's go ahead and open it here. Oh, one thing, it comes from Canada, so if you're in the States, it takes a bit to ship, but it's definitely worth it. Take a look. Here we have this kind of Egyptian theme stuff here. Really cool. Her typical patterns, colors, she uses a lot of like watercolor things inspired by photos and some digital artwork. So we come with this nice guidebook here. I think it's about 100 pages. Oh no, this one's actually 260 pages. It's small, but so they got their own way of kind of viewing the tarot through the Moonchild element, and we'll go back to this. I want to take a look at the package and the cards. And so as you open it here, you have the inside. It says you are the dance of light and shadow, right? So they play a lot of themes of light and shadow and stuff that I like. So I've been, it took me like a month to get this thing. I was really excited. So these are the back of the cards. And right here, I haven't even opened it. I just got it yesterday. Haven't even opened it. So I'm going to take the plastic off here. See? If you notice, these cards have a nice, beautiful gilding here. And I've heard another reader talk about how you don't know what you miss until you have it, right? And when you have those standard cards and you're not used to the gilding, you don't know what you're missing. But once you get a hold of gilded cards, it's kind of like hard to go back. These things hold up pretty well. Look at this beautiful back, this gold, and you can even feel the imprint here. And so we can go from the beginning. This is the full card. A little bit of a deviation. I don't know if you can see this from the typical. You know, you have the dog or the wolf, and you have the young person ready to foolishly jump forward. You know, the magician here, he looks pretty cool. He has his chalice here. He's got a sword. He's got his wand. So if you notice, he embodies every element, right? So he's ready to go, and he's able to manifest whatever. And I think that's the key part here, is that he's the beginning of having all of the elements, all of the suits. So he can manifest whatever. High Priestess. This one's pretty cool. You have the moon in the back. You have this lady here. She's got everything. She's ready to go. She's totally in tune with her intuition. That's symbolic of the moon. I've seen reviews where a lot of people didn't like this Empress card here because it's got the triple goddess thing, and it's kind of like they're so accustomed to that one person there. So that's a few of the cards. So we'll take a quick shuffle. These handle really, really well. So I'm going to screw up the order here, but you kind of know the typical tarot order. I'd say these shuffle pretty well. They don't stick. They kind of they have a minor, very light grip to it, but they have a nice weight, nice heavy weight. So as you kind of put them through your hands, oops, drop that. You can kind of feel them. You know, they kind of take their own little path. They move. If you want to do a traditional card shuffle, I think these will take a little bit of a time to break in, but let's give it a shot here. Let's see. Yeah, these are a bit stiff, so it's going to take time to break in. I'll give mine I'm going to go through and handle most of them before I really break them in for shuffling. But here we even got King of Swords. Take a look at this guy. Really cool looking. I'll hold it up so you can look at that. Beautiful artwork. So it's got like scenery mixed with figures, mixed with like digital art, photography. The design of these, I'd have to give them close to a 9 or 10. This is beautiful card. I've kind of wanted this one for a bit. As far as like handling, the non-gilded typical cards tend to shuffle really easily with a traditional shuffle, a traditional card shuffle. These are better for kind of the side shuffle like this. But I think over time, these are a better investment. I mean, you're going to have a bit of both once you start collecting decks. This box design is I mean, this is a 8.5 to 10, depending on your style preference. This may be a bit too ornate for some people, but I like it. It's got a character. This is very high to me. This is 9.5. The weight, the actual design, and I think they do a really good job of keeping the traditional meanings of the cards and kind of going new school with their design and kind of reinterpretation. So that's 3 of Pentacles here. Some people may have an issue with the fact that the 3 of Pentacles has 5 people, but it's kind of about the group collaboration, not necessarily 3, but 3 make a group, right? So when you go from 2 to 3, you have a group as opposed to a couple. So for me, this doesn't bother me. It's another beautiful card here. I'll show you another one I like. The 6 of Cups here. And as you see, she's longing, gazing into the past. She has her cups, but she doesn't have any sorrow or anything. She's sitting there and she's kind of content, but kind of basking in the glory of the past, right? Longing back. And I think this really embodies what the card means. And so one thing, I think some people who are traditionalists don't like this too much, but there's a couple of custom cards in here. One is Divine Wisdom, and I've heard one reviewer say, hey, Divine Wisdom is kind of self-explanatory in some of the other cards, but this is their unique touch, and I'll go with it. There's also the MoonChild card. So this deck has its own card, right? And I have to read that one for you and come back to, I want to see the exact meaning of that one. So we'll do a part 2. Ace of Pentacles. This one's beautiful. Look at this. It's got this hand. It's got the pentacle. It's ready to go. And it's got the big pentacle at the top. Like, this is a beautiful card. And you have like the sun and you have the rays of light. And so you have like everything coming together for a beautiful new beginning. There's another one here. Another custom card called Shadow Work. This is a beautiful card. I want to pull it out so you can see it. Look at that. And that's something that I'm really interested in. So I like this, the Shadow Work card. So we really want to, with these special decks, we want to go through and really like dig the interpretation of the custom cards here, because that really gives you an idea of where, the inspiration for these cards and where they're really going. I'll pull a few more. Take a look at the 6 of Swords here. This one's pretty cool. I like that too. You have the you kind of see the distance behind her. She's got the swords coming. Let's take a look at a few more here. Look at this 3 of Wands. Pretty cool here. Pretty cool. So all in all, I like the interpretations here of this deck. I wouldn't, some decks that are very custom, people don't like, they don't like the kind of redone interpretations, reworkings. I like these. 2 of Cups is pretty good. In a lot of decks, you see the cups intertwined. Some of them, you see them sharing a cup. These 2 are meeting each other. I like the path. So they're meeting each other at the beginning of a path or stairway to wherever, to heaven, to wherever they want to go. And they both individually have a cup with which they'll share, right? And you can see the sky opening up. You can see everything here. One other thing too, maybe it's of interest to you or not, this deck's pretty diverse in terms of male, female, people of color, even same gender relations. This King of Wands, this is pretty cool, you see. the majority of the suit cards generally have, they depict females, and that's to be expected with the moon. But there's still a good balance here. And in particular, there's no things like the Emperor, still male here. I feel like some of these things bother people. They don't bother me, but I think this is pretty cool to have a good balance. So that's a good overview of the cards. I think it's a very beautiful deck, handles well. It'll take a bit to break them in for like traditional shuffle. Side shuffles are nice. It's just got a really three-dimensional feel to it. You can actually feel the cardstock here. This is really well done. You have this beautiful book here, and I think of all things here, you really want to take a look at the custom cards, like the MoonChild card. They have a couple page. There's actually 4 pages on this card and a MoonChild exercise. This is really cool. Really well done. I mean, for a deck that I think it retailed around $60. And like I say, this is pretty hard to get a hold of. They sell out. So I'll be doing a part 2, and I'll do an explanation of the custom cards. But that's our overview, and bye for now.